a lot of it's going to be with the Lions and the Ravens. Hood-Hearted said, real talk through the Ravens could score 40 on the Lions. We have zero clue how Shep's defense will do against a mobile quarterback. Kelvin Shepard's, I assume Kelvin Shepard's defense against a mobile quarterback. Caleb Williams is pretty mobile. He's not Lamar Jackson. Nobody's Lamar Jackson. Okay? It's Lamar Jackson up here and everybody else down here. And by the way, Lamar Jackson, to his credit, because I wasn't a huge fan coming out of Louisville because of his passing ability, that son of a gun he can spin it, number one. He's always had a strong arm. But he's been really good over the last few years. Really good. Credit where credit is due. You got to be willing to call yourself out. I don't know how the defense is going to do either, but stop with the mobile quarterback stuff. It's not like Jordan Love is super fast, but he's mobile. Caleb Williams is mobile. So we'll see what happens against Lamar Jackson. There aren't many defenses who stop Lamar Jackson. You need turnovers in this game if you're Detroit and you want to win. We'll get more into that in a little bit.
I'm going to say two things. I'm going to say thing one, Lamar Jackson, exactly what you said, is not a mobile quarterback. He is way above that. Yeah. Like, he is a different type of breed. You cannot prepare for him in terms of mobile quarterback. It's not about, we'll do this and we'll go out here and then we'll spot. No. Him, Josh Allen, Mike Vick, like these type, Jaden Daniels last season, these type of quarterbacks are very different. And they also, especially the last two, they can pass the ball as well. So it's not just a mobile quarterback. First of all, he's elite. Now, Shep, don't you dare mention Caleb Williams and Jordan Love when you talk about mobile quarterbacks in the grand scheme comparing to Lamar Jackson.
But I didn't say they were Lamar Jackson. Don't tell me they're not mobile. Caleb Williams is mobile.
Understood. But then you mentioned two guys you didn't have no business mentioning because Lamar Jackson. If Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen are here.
That's what I said. Yeah, they're way up here.
But then you mentioned two mobile ones. They're not.
But they are mobile.
But they're playing Lamar. So it has nothing to do with what Caleb and what they are. Lamar's different.
But the chat was, how are they going to handle a mobile quarterback? Not how they're going to handle Lamar Jackson. We haven't seen what Shep's defense, not me, what Kelvin Shepard's defense can do against a mobile quarterback. All I'm saying is they have faced, and I don't think Jordan Love is super mobile. I think there's a little misnomer when it comes to quarterbacks. Running quarterbacks, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts. Those guys are running quarterbacks. Mobile quarterbacks are a little different. You have the
ability to get outside the pocket if so needed.
Yeah. Patrick Mahomes obviously is.
Justin Herbert in that case falls into a mobile quarterback.
I think he's a mobile quarterback, but I don't think he's a running quarterback.
No.
I think there are two different things. I think Caleb Williams is a running quarterback, not as good as those names we just mentioned. And I think Jordan Love is a mobile quarterback, but not a running quarterback. Is that a fair assessment?
100%. The running quarterback can run just as good as he can pass, and so the mobile quarterback looks to pass, and if he can run, if he has to run, he will run.
Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Pat Mahomes, those guys scare the crap out of DCs because Jalen, although Jalen is not as good a passer as those other ones.
Fair.
But those guys scare the crap out of DCs because they can do both and they are so unpredictable. Last night you saw Miami's defense. Josh Allen didn't throw for a lot of yards, 215 yards.
He didn't run for a lot.
He didn't run for a lot. Guess what? Lamar Jackson last week, he only threw for 214 yards. Threw for 2 touchdowns, ran for 2 touchdowns. Keeps DCs up at night because of their doability.
Yeah, here's a little something about Lamar Jackson in those 24-2 games that he is over the NFC. In those games, 14 of those games, he has 50 or more yards rushing in those games. He's 37-7. In those games as well, 37 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Wow. It's just he understands. When you see me once every 3-4 years, you don't know who the hell I am, and that's what Baltimore plays.
And how do you practice against it? They don't have anybody to practice against it.
Legitimately, the Detroit Lions will have to have Jameson Williams be the quarterback in scout team this week to emulate what Lamar Jackson. Y'all laughing? That's the truth. Like, that's what they would have to do to emulate what Lamar Jackson is. It's tough, and that he's gotten this better at passing, his passing efficiency. I told you yesterday, the QBR, he's now tied Aaron Rodgers for the best all time in terms of QBR. He can pass. He's been beating people with the pass.
Yeah, I know. I think he's got
for the last 2 years.
I think he's got 71 touchdowns and 11 picks over the last few years.
Yeah, 1,200 more yards than Josh Allen last year too.
That's incredible. It really is.
And that's why I wound up chuckling when you said we're going to have to put J-Mo out there, because the last thing I remember about him passing is an interception. Whereas Lamar Jackson is so much more a high IQ player. The same ways that I do believe the IQ is something underrated when people talk about who Jared Goff is as a quarterback. I think that that's the same thing with Lamar Jackson too. He's a very good passer who will pick apart your defense, and where he sees the seams and the creases and the openings possible to run through your defense, he will do that too. And the thing is, we just haven't seen him broken either. That's the thing as well. Lamar Jackson, he just hasn't gotten broken yet. And that's the thing. He's someone cut from that same identity that we've heard Dan Campbell say his Detroit Lions will be.
And I appreciate that comment, because that's where I was going. So I'll just piggyback off of what my guy Kool-Aid said, because it was a genius comment. It's the adversity that he's dealt with. When you look at guys like Lamar Jackson and all they dealt with starting at Louisville, what you can't do, who you're not going to be. Oh, you can't. What? You're not going to start. You can't win the Heisman. Yeah, I'll do it in year 2. And I'll come back and have better numbers in year 3, and really could have won the Heisman. And that his junior year was better than the sophomore year. It's typically how it happens. But then you can't get drafted in the top 10. You're not that good. You won't be a quarterback. Here's 32, and here's what he's doing later. Same with Josh Allen. Yeah. Like, you can't be this guy.
Yeah, nobody believed in Josh Allen coming out of Wyoming.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what makes them so difficult, because it's what Kool-Aid said. They find ways to overcome and keep going and winning. Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
Like, those guys, they just find ways.
To a certain extent, Pat Mahomes.
100%. That's what it was out on Pat Mahomes in terms of the scouting reports. Like, yeah, he makes plays, but too much hero ball is not the guy that you want to draft. That's what was out on him, and that's why he went 13.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
So I think you find that's – I love that about athletics and sports in general. I love it, because you find so many of those stories where certain people don't believe in others.
Jared Goff.
And those people, and
Add
you
him
know
to
what?
the equation.
They use that as inspiration. I'm not saying that they put it at their locker every single time, but they use it as inspiration. And
some people do. Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, I've said the story ad nauseum. Whit Merrifield did that. People just didn't. There's people who didn't believe in him. And he's like, you know what? I'm going to prove you wrong. And by golly, he did, man. And I love those stories. I do. I think it's awesome, and I love the way that they affect others and they inspire others. That's what it's really all about.